the Lakers Report by Chat Sports, all things Lakers. I'm your host, Hannah Kulik, aka Laker Han. Now, the NBA trade deadline is officially over. Thank goodness. I am so ready to just move past this, and kind of being a pretty big surprise to many people, the Lakers ended up staying still. They did not make a trade. There were 1,000,001 rumors as to players that the Lakers were reportedly pursuing. It really came down to the wire. A lot of people felt that Kyle Kuzma, maybe even potentially Alex Caruso, were going to end up being traded for Marcus Morris, but at the end of the day, the Lakers stayed still with the roster that they have. But of course, there still could be some additions, so we are going to kind of talk a little bit about that later on in this video. But I do want to do a little bit of a trade recap because, like I said, there were still some pretty darn big surprising trades. We had D'Angelo Russell traded to the Timberwolves for Andrew Wiggins. We had Andre Iguodala ended up being traded to the Miami Heat and signing a 2-year contract extension. That one personally was crazy because obviously everyone was assuming he was going to sign with the Lakers or the Clippers. That was probably the biggest trade that everyone was the most shocked by. Andre Iguodala landing with the Miami Heat, and then of course signing that 2-year extension. We also had Robert Covington going to the Houston Rockets. So the Houston Rockets gave up Clint Capella. They now no longer have a center, so I'm curious to see how that's going to work with them moving forward. They're definitely going to be playing a lot of small ball. Of course, the Pistons gave up Andre Drummond and he went to the Cleveland Cavaliers, kind of a random one there. And then of course, we had the Clippers acquiring Marcus Morris, again, a guy that was heavily tied to the Lakers really until the last second, and Isaiah Thomas. Now, there are reports that Isaiah Thomas may be waived, so we're going to have to kind of wait and see what happens there. But still, Marcus Morris was a guy that the Lakers reportedly really had their eye on. There were a lot of reports that the Knicks were asking a pretty hefty package for him. They were asking for Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma, and even more, and it was just pretty darn crazy trade package. So I'm happy the Lakers didn't end up biting on there, but I didn't think they were going to. They're not stupid. The Knicks were asking for way too much for that, and they ended up getting not a lot out of it. But regardless, Clippers ended up getting Marcus Morris and Isaiah Thomas. Now, out of all of those trades that we talked about, which one were you most surprised by? Personally, for me, like I said, I was most surprised by Andre Iguodala. I just really didn't assume that he would go in the East. I really thought he would be ending up in a Western Conference team, either the Lakers or the Clippers. So that was pretty shocking. And then of course him signing that 2-year contract extension really off the bat, because we heard so many reports that he really just wanted to be in Los Angeles. So I think that was the most shocking for me. But let me know down in the comments below which one of those trades you think was the most surprising. Now, of course, this is the end of the week, which means that you guys know the drill. It is also a mailbag Q&A episode. So now that the trade deadline is behind us, I asked you guys to send me in some questions via my Instagram and my Twitter. So real quick, if you have not yet done so, definitely make sure to give me a follow on my social media handles. My Instagram is @HannahRoseKulik and my Twitter is @Hannah_Kulik. That way you can participate in the next mailbag Q&A. We do these every week here, and they are honestly my favorite episodes. So definitely make sure to give me a follow on my social media handles. But let's get into some of these questions and see what you guys have to say. Alright, the first question we have here today is from @Will047300053. Does Isaiah Thomas mean that we are going to get Darren Collison? So again, Isaiah Thomas being traded to the Clippers. Now, he may get waived, so it's not 100% sure if he's going to stick with the Clippers. But personally for me, I think this is just a good sign in general that the Lakers didn't make a move for another playmaker, another point guard, in terms of the fact that I think they are probably the most likely team to get Darren Collison. I think if they didn't have a very strong belief that they were going to be able to get him, then they would have gone out and signed a playmaker or another point guard to come off the bench, because of course that is one of our biggest holes that we needed to fill. And the Lakers aren't stupid, you guys. Rob Pelinka isn't stupid. The front office isn't stupid. They know that is something that we definitely need to fill if we want to be able to kind of move forward and hopefully be able to contend for a championship. So I think, yes, this is a very good sign for Laker fans. That means that we are most likely going to sign Darren Collison. Now, I could be wrong. There could be some surprises, but if it were up to me and I had this guess, I would say that Darren Collison is most likely going to sign with the Lakers for sure. And then next question we have is from @BMMMunoz2424. If we get Collison, does he start? What happens to Rondo and Caruso? So if we do end up signing Darren Collison, if he comes out of retirement, then I would suspect that he would be coming off the bench, being that playmaker for us coming off the bench, because again, our starting unit has been doing a great job. LeBron's leading the league in assists. He's been doing a great job being that point guard for us, but one of the Lakers' biggest issues is, of course, having that playmaker coming off the bench because Rondo has been struggling. So Darren Collison would be that perfect perfect guy to really get that offense rolling for our 6th unit. Now, in terms of what's going to happen with Rondo, I could definitely see Darren Collison taking over Rondo's minutes. In terms of Alex Caruso, you know, there are many times where the Lakers do go small and they have multiple guards on the floor, so I could definitely see Caruso and Darren Collison playing together, even Rondo and Collison playing together. But I think at the end of the day, Collison at this stage is a guy that could be more of a better shot, being that point guard coming for us off the bench than Rondo is. And then, of course, Alex Caruso. I think Collison is a better playmaker overall than Caruso has proven so far. But I do think that they could all play together. Of course, we have seen when the Lakers do that very small, very guard-heavy lineup. Now, before we move on to some more of your questions today, I want to make sure that you guys are subscribed here on Lakers Report. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Come and join this Lakers Report family if you have not already done so. We are just about midway through the season. We still have a lot of excitement going on for us Laker fans. So definitely make sure to subscribe here on Lakers Report so that you do not miss a single second of it. And before we get into some more of your questions, I also want to let you guys in on a very exciting promotion that we are doing with one of our sponsors here at Chat Sports, Bet DSI. So if you want to bet on our Los Angeles Lakers and win money every single time the Lakers win a game, which you guys, let's be honest, is quite a lot. The Lakers are currently the #1 team in the Western Conference. They are definitely winning a lot of games this season. Then you're in luck because they are actually giving us Laker fans an awesome promo code to win some even extra money. So all you have to do is go to chatsports.com/bet, enter the promo code Lakers120, and you will get 120% deposit bonus to go and play, bet on our purple and gold, and win some extra money this season. So who would want to win some extra cash? So definitely make sure to check out on that awesome opportunity. But let's move on to some more of your questions. So this next one is from @RataJ Monkeo. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. And actually, I got this a few times. People saying we should have traded Kuz. A lot of people were saying, you know, we should have traded Kyle Kuzma. Personally, for me, I didn't want to trade Kuz. I said it, you know, multiple times. I didn't really want the Lakers to make a trade in general. And kind of what happened is what I suspected, that they weren't even going to make a trade. They were going to wait and see what happened with this buyout market. Because again, you guys, I know we kind of, as Laker fans, we can get a little bit selfish. If they start losing some games, they start going through a little bit of troubled waters here. But at the end of the day, they are the #1 seed in the Western Conference. They are having an incredible season, a very dominant season. This team has so much team chemistry, and I really didn't want to do anything that could blow up that team chemistry and really risk that. And trading Kyle Kuzma, a guy who really is one of the main players of this team, could have definitely potentially done that. And of course, Kuz as of late has really been playing well. Of course, the beginning of the season was a very rocky start for him. You know, he struggled with injuries, struggled to find that fit with AD and LeBron. But as of late, I really have been impressed with Kuz. He's been doing a lot on the floor just in terms of not even scoring. He's been rebounding the ball like crazy. He's been trying to look to make that extra pass. So he's been playing extremely hard on defense. So I'm happy that the Lakers did not trade Kyle Kuzma. But I do want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think that the Lakers should have traded Kuz? If you do, type Y down below. If not, type N down below. And then another Kyle Kuzma question here we have from @BMXAFrick74. Can Kuzma channel that Mamba mentality and rise to the occasion? So yes, you know, like I just said, Kyle Kuzma definitely got off to a very bad start to this season. I'm definitely not one to make any excuses for him. It was awful. I was very disappointed. But again, as of late, he really has been playing very well. Not even just in terms of scoring, but he's been rebounding the ball at a crazy high level. He's been looking to make that extra pass, getting some assists. He's been playing very hard on defense, and just very aggressive and impressive overall, and really being that Kyle Kuzma that we were all hoping and expecting. And I do think a big part of that, like Kuz has even said in multiple interviews, is the impact on Kobe Bryant's death and how that has really played a big impact on him and how he's kind of viewed his life and how he wants to move forward for the season. You know, I really do think that that was a huge wake-up call for him, and it really did kind of light a little bit of a fire under him. So Kuz has been playing very well as of late. We're going to have to kind of wait and see how it plays out. Hopefully he'll be able to stay healthy, but I do think that he is now starting to find his fit with AD and LeBron and really find his role with this team. I think that was the biggest problem with Kuz throughout the season, is he was really just struggling kind of finding where he fit. And then of course, dealing with injuries just doesn't make it any easier. So I'm just going to put out some positive vibes for Kyle Kuzma and just say that he's going to finish the season strong and definitely channel that Mamba mentality for sure. Now the final question that we are going to answer here today is from @AndDogLL. If Lakers make no trades, then what? So this was before it was announced that the Lakers, before the trade deadline was technically over. So if the Lakers make no trades, then one, how do you feel we're looking for the chip? What changes should we make in terms of rotation? So like I said, I didn't really want the Lakers to make a trade for multiple reasons. One, I think this team is very special. They have great team chemistry. I didn't want to do anything to ruin that. And honestly, even getting rid of a player like Quinn Cook or Troy Daniels, you know, you don't know what kind of effect that could have had on the entire team and their whole morale and their chemistry. I think it would have had a bigger effect than many people were assuming. So I'm happy they didn't make a trade. I didn't want them to. I personally wanted them to wait, see what happens in the buyout market, and I think they are going to do that. There are some players that are still available for them to pick up. I think Darren Collison is a big key to this season. I think if we're able to sign him, I really see that making a huge impact with this team and really helping us out a lot. Again, not only from a playmaker's perspective, having that playmaker coming off the bench and really leading our offense in the second unit, and then of course the fact that he's a great three-point shooter, you know, a career 39% from three. He's a really good player, a guy that I've wanted the Lakers to have for a long time. So I think it's pretty darn likely that he is going to be Laker. Again, I don't want to, you know, 100% say anything certain, but I just have a good feeling about him coming and joining the purple and gold. So in terms of, you know, what our rotations are going to look like, I think everything's going to look pretty similar. Just again, adding in Darren Collison, and then if we do end up picking up maybe Jamal Crawford or potentially J.R. Smith, although I don't know if that's my first choice, I do think that we are going to add maybe one or two more players here. So we're going to have to kind of wait and see how that all plays out. But again, you guys, I wouldn't panic that the Lakers didn't make a trade. We have the #1 seed in the Western Conference. We are playing extremely well. We're playing the best basketball that we have played in God knows how long. So I, for one, am very happy with this team, very confident with this team, and I, for one, am happy that the Lakers did not make any trades. But that is going to be it for today's mailbag Q&A episode. Thank you guys so much for sending in all of your awesome questions. Let me know down in the comments below if you were disappointed that the Lakers didn't make a trade, or if you were happy with this team and didn't want them to make a trade, if you just want to wait and see if they could just win it with this squad and maybe add in Darren Collison or another piece. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, if you liked it, please give it a double thumbs up. And until next time, Laker Hand is out. Bye, guys.